He goes on there and does little TikTok lives and stuff about the
Nah, bro. Do you see my account? I don't do TikTok lives.
I know that voice. I've talked to
What
you
voice is
before.
that, bro?
Yeah, I've talked to him. This is Parker. But anyways, I don't know if you're a satire guy or not. I haven't figured it out yet.
If I'm satire?
But you are doing a really good job for the devil.
Well, the devil doesn't exist, so I can't be doing a good job for the devil if it doesn't exist.
This guy that goes live all the time and he just puts random things about vegans and stuff. I don't even know.
About vegans? Bro, I'm not even vegan. But I bet I could get you to concede on some crazy points related to veganism. You want me to run veganism on you real quick?
Yeah, let's talk about veganism. Yeah, let's do
Okay.
it.
So, like, what's going to be the relevant quality that's different amongst humans and non-humans insofar as that you can eat non-humans but not humans?
Well, if you believe in the Bible, it tells you not to eat humans.
Okay. Well, if you want to talk about, oh, the Bible says that it's okay. Well, that doesn't
And
even justify that.
from a health standpoint, it's not good for you to eat humans either.
Oh, okay. So no, the point that we would make is that, so you're just saying it's condemned by the Bible to eat humans. Now, where in the Bible is that condemned?
I can't remember. I think it's in Leviticus.
In Leviticus, it's condemned. Okay. I mean, well, let's say it's true. I can run some other issues as it relates to that on you, but your view is that the Bible says it's wrong to eat humans, but not to, okay. I'll just ask you about dogs. What's the relevant quality that's different with dogs and say pigs that justifies slaughtering the pig but not the dog?
Well, the main reason we don't eat dogs in America is because it's illegal. So you could eat them.
Wait, no, dude. So if it was legal, you'd eat a dog?
I'd try it. Hell yeah.
Wait, so wait, I have a question. Do you think it's justified to factory farm golden retrievers?
They do it in other countries.
And you'd be okay with it? Just
It's
just
no
take the
different than-
golden retrievers and factory farm them?
Uh, like I said, I wouldn't necessarily do it. I was kind of joking about actually eating one because I actually like dogs. But I like cows too, and I eat cows. So it's like, if it was the social norm, I mean, I probably would end up trying a dog, you know?
Yeah, but we're just saying it's a social norm. But just because something's a social norm doesn't mean it's a good reason to like say follow with that behavior.
I mean, you eat cows, right?
Do I? Not typically. I
What do you
typically
eat?
eat chicken if I do.
Okay, so I mean, there's no difference as far as fundamentally eating a chicken versus a dog.
So I think that there is
Dogs are huge.
relevant qualities that you can distinguish, and you can get a vegan to do that. I don't think you've really provided that, but really you can just turn this finding the relevant quality between dogs and cats and with cows and pigs and chickens and whatnot just by acknowledging different sort of relations. You can do so by running antinatalism on them. There's why do you think that pigs, cows, and chickens shouldn't exist rather than exist versus like dogs and cats should exist rather than not exist? There's a few things I
Well,
can point up to that, but I do think that
well,
we're getting a little bit
you're talking about
twisted in things because this all relies back on your Bible still. So this isn't even like critiquing even like what your values are on like veganism or anything. It's just like going back to your Bible. So it'd probably be best for us just to have a conversation with the Bible, but
Oh yeah, the vegan, yeah, that's a whole another conversation. Number one, I'm gonna eat meat. I don't care what evidence people bring to me about anything. I'm just gonna keep eating meat. So
I think that's
and
pretty crazy though. Like, okay, so again, as someone who does still eat meat, right? I do like oftentimes question these views all the time. I think it's important to question these views because, like, if you really do think about it for a long time, there are pretty good reasons to not eat meat. There are pretty good reasons. I mean, you could extend those to other things as well, but I would just say question it, think about it. Don't just be like, oh, God ordains this, therefore I'm going to engage in it. I think it's something we should question, even though it's so normal. Like everyone eats meat almost,
yeah.
right?
So
It's
for
very
example,
uncommon to be vegan. Like it's like 4% of our society.
yeah, for example, well, I should state this: I'm like 100% carnivore now. I don't eat anything but meat. Okay.
Okay, that could be harmful for your health, can it?
Well, we just don't know. The research isn't clear enough on that. It just
It
really
pretty much
is.
is. I've known other people who have done carnivore diets and destroyed some of their organs. You know who Frank
Never
Tufano
heard
is?
of that. Who?
Frank Tufano. He was like known for doing carnivore diet on YouTube back in the day.
Yeah, I think I heard
He
about
can't do it anymore, and he had to completely switch off of it because it harmed a lot of his organs to do that.
Yeah, somebody said too much protein. Actually, I haven't been doing the carnivore diet, strict
I don't
carnivore
even know
diet.
if it's too much protein. I just think it's a hyper specific diet. And again, this could also impact me because I mean I have other eating issues that make me eat only like specific types of food. But like the point I would make is that you probably should have like a diverse set of food you eat. And again, that's coming from someone who doesn't really eat diverse.
I'm mainly just doing it
food.
for elimination, but I've been doing animal based and stuff. I've never really. I had to quit eating gluten anyway, but
I would say at least look into like vegetarianism. Vegetarianism seems a lot more convincing to me than veganism.
There's no
Yeah, I'm
nutrients
leaning
that you
towards
can't
that.
get from meat. There's no nutrients that you can't get from animal products that you can get from plants, but vice versa is true.
Wait. You can get basically every nutrient you need from plants. Okay, that is absolutely
yeah.
true. There's like
No, I'm not
one
saying you can't. I'm
that,
saying the
that
vice
I've seen
versa.
isn't common. Like there's B12, but like you can get every nutrient you need from plants.
Just not in really good bioavailable forms in some of it. But what I'm saying is meat.
It's just you have to plan more. It could be more expensive in our current society, and I think there are ways around that. Like we have subsidies for like slaughtering animals and stuff. I think we should take all of those subsidies and put it into plant-based foods. A lot of people think that plant-based foods are crazy or bad or something like that. They're the future, right? I don't think people are going to end up being vegetarian or vegan based upon like morals. I think it's likely going to change based upon technology.
I've never been sitting there hungry in my house, just sitting there hungry and be like, dang, man, I want a plant-based burger, man. I want a salad.
No, I'm not saying you do, but in the future there are going to be plant-based burgers that taste the same as other burgers, right? And
Yeah,
I
I
honestly,
still
in that
want-
circumstance, right, you should eat the plant-based burger. If it tastes the exact same, if it smells the
No.
exact same, if it gives you the same nutrients, right? There's no reason why you should slaughter an animal for that, right? You care about animals, correct? To at least some
I care
degree.
about animals in the sense of their utility, but I mean, past that, not really.
Really? Come on. I don't know. I think that there is something valuable about animals outside of just the utility that they provide humans.
I think that but this goes back to the Bible question. The Bible gives me the authority to eat those animals, so I'm going to continue.
Wait, so if you just think that they're valuable based upon utility, I have a question. Do you think it's okay for like humans to essay animals?
No, that's just weird.
Well, I agree that's weird and I agree that's gross and terrible. I think that's unbelievably terrible. I think that's rape. But like the point I'm
Well, that's
making
in
is
the Bible
that
too.
if you think that
That's
they're
in the
just
Bible too.
valuable based upon their utility to humans, some humans might find utility in that, and then therefore under your view that's justified.
Well, then you go back to the Bible. The Bible tells you not to be doing stuff like that with animals.
Okay, well, this is where we'd have the conversation about this. Okay, so your social norms will run you into like weird views on veganism, but we can talk about. I want to go back to the Bible because we are straying away from the topic a little bit. So I do have a few other things. Did you say that you would kill the infants if God commanded you?
God, that would be so hard. I'm not gonna lie. That would be something I'd have to like. And you got you could. So okay, even me being a saved Christian, I am still subject to the evil of the world, and I could just be schizophrenic at the time or something. So I
know people who have schizophrenia, and I actually the reason why I think that this is a really good argument against faith. So I'm kind of happy that you brought this up in a certain sense. That my friends who have schizophrenia, they have to require evidence to be able to distinguish between what's delusion and what's not. If they don't have evidence, well, then they're just as valid in believing in their delusions as you are believing in your God. So this is actually the case study that I typically use for people to show, wow, you should use evidence to believe things, else really schizophrenic people are justified in believing their delusions.
if God asked you to kill the children, would you?
Obviously, I fucking wouldn't. I'm sorry, Matt. Be so fucking for real. If something told me to kill infants,
I'm
I
real.
would never do that.
If God comes to you and tells you to do something, you're not.
If there was some God that did exist and told me to do that, I still wouldn't do it. Matt, that's how certain I am that it's wrong to kill infants.
Number one,
Would
God
you
never-
seriously do it? Like, come on, like you. I feel like in a certain sense, your religious attitudes here are dehumanizing these infants, right? Insofar as that you'd be okay with killing them because you value the opinions and desires of your God over the fact that these infants are alive and sentient.
I don't think God would ever do that. I don't think he'd ever ask me. I mean, and even if
Well,
he
he did in
did,
1 Samuel 15:3. If we were to teleport you into that time period, would you do it?
whew, it'd be. I'm telling you, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. I
I
understand.
don't think that's very tough, bro. I
see
think it's
why
very
you
clear
asked
you
that.
shouldn't do it.
I see why you asked that one. That one is a pretty good one.
Yeah, that's why I run it as a background because it is a tough question for Christians, and it's like it's obviously something that we consider evil, and I know you consider evil, and that's why it's hard for you to answer
I
this
definitely
right now.
consider it evil. But
You don't
gotta
consider
understand-
evil to kill infants?
No, I do. But
Okay.
at that time when it happened, okay. Well, not to mention, I mean, okay, this is going to stray away, and I know it's going to sound like I'm deflecting. But what's your view on abortion?
Yeah, so I'm pro-choice
same
up to
thing.
sentience. So I don't care about people getting abortions until the fetus is sentient. So once it's sentient, it has first-person subjective experience, like me and you. I think it's
So
wrong.
you know the research on that. They become sentient by definition very, very early. It's not.
No, it's likely 18 through 26 weeks.
Okay, but most people who are on abortion, which, like I said, people that I do respect people on that side of it a little bit more because I do understand it, but it's still life. To me, as soon as it gets a heartbeat, it's life.
Wait. Scientists believe it's life at conception. I believe it's life at conception.
Well, like I said, I'm not going to do it at any time, personally, but I can understand more when it gets a heartbeat. Like, it should not ever happen after that.
Wait, but what's valuable about it having a heartbeat? Like, I don't think a heartbeat's valuable. And like, also, if you say it's valuable at conception,
I should say more like, okay, so like birth control, I'm not like anti-birth control because it keeps it from actually ever,
so you're not
developing.
Catholic.
Yeah, I'm not like that far into it, but once it's forming in there, I do think it's definitely not a good thing. I'm just saying
Okay.
I would
Yeah, but like,
I would rather make the
when we say
concession at the
form,
heartbeat.
we mean that certain aspects that we consider similar to ours are valuable within it. And I don't see what's valuable prior to the context of sentience. Like, I wouldn't consider it justified to put someone in prison for unaliving a 6-week-old embryo. I don't think they should be in prison for that. But that's what the view would be is if
it wasn't
I think
allowed,
it's murder, right?
I mean, it definitely is murder at that point. Yeah,
No, it's not. It's not. Okay, so you think that they should go to prison?
probably.
Yeah. Okay. So, what about women who have IUDs? Because that kills the life at conception, in some circumstances.
Well, that's kind of another topic. Again, me personally, what I personally do, like, I don't really believe in using birth control. I don't necessarily. It's hard to say there because that does happen. It does happen, and it does end up killing the kid at times. So there is an argument to have a zero tolerance policy on that kind of stuff. But in the world we live in, we're going to have to make concessions on it. So, I mean, I feel like the heartbeat is a good place to start, So when a fetus has a heartbeat, no abortions.
Yeah, but like, what about a heartbeat spot? Like, for example, do you think it's okay for a family to pull the plug on an individual in their family who's brain dead?
Me personally, no, I don't. I do not believe in it. Now, well, okay, if they would have died otherwise, but if you let them get to that point and you're sustaining their life, I think it is a very moral issue.
No, like, can you pull the plug, knowing that it's
Can you
going to
pull
lead
the
to their
plug?
natural death?
You can do whatever you want to in that situation, but I do think it's a little wrong to do that.
Well, yeah, obviously, I'm
Because
asking
they
like
could
what's
live.
wrong in that scenario, but
They could
yeah,
live.
so you do think it's
saying they
wrong
couldn't
to
come
pull the
back.
plug on the individual who's brain dead? So they should take. You know that it can cost up to $7,000 a day to be able to take care of someone who's brain dead.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, people have been on life support for a long time and then came back.
Yeah, brain death means that they're not coming back. That's my point. Is that they're still cellularly speaking alive. They have a heartbeat, right? But like the part of them that we value is gone. right? Like, you know what I'm interacting with right now? I'm interacting with you. You're interacting with me. We are sentient beings. We have personalities. We have characteristics, social characteristics. We have thoughts and opinions. We have desires. All of these things fade and are gone when someone's brain dead, and are not existent when someone's not sentient.
Yes, I'm aware of that. But again, it's a little different because that fetus is gonna have a much higher. Not all fetuses, of course, make it to birth, but there's a much higher chance of a fetus making it to a live birth than it is a person that's brain dead on life support making it and coming back, which it can happen because I do believe in miracles.
So then we're just
But
basing on potential. And if we're just basing on potential, do you think it's wrong for me to pull out or to use birth control?
I don't know. You seem like the type that their pullout game is pretty weak.
I mean, I don't want to explain or go into detail of that, but I don't think that's true. Maybe I would assume that more with like Christians who are supposed to wait till marriage, you know?
Yeah, my pullout game's very weak. Very weak.
I bet.
4 kids. I got 4 kids, so it's very weak. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's a whole nother topic, the abortion. I just asked that because you were talking about killing innocent children, and it's basically the same thing at the end of the day. It really is.
It's not
limited,
because we're talking about it not being sentient.
would it not become a child though, by your definition?
In the future, like the same way that like if I, kept engaging with my girlfriend, right, it would also, create a child in the future.
Do you have any kids?
No, I do not.
Once you have kids, I really think your view on that'll change.
I don't think it will, because again, I see something very distinct between like a zygote, a single cell organism, like an embryo at a few weeks, like a frozen embryo even, and like a baby. Like I see a very big distinction. I'll give you the same hypothetical, right? The hypothetical I give typically is that on one side of the building, right, you have a newborn baby crying, and this building's burning down, by the way, right? So it's either going to kill the one newborn baby, or on the other side of the room, you have 10 zygotes, or the 10 zygotes, right? Would you rather save the one newborn baby or the 10 zygotes, right? If either side is going to die.
I mean, that's an easy choice. I'm gonna save the one that's living, but
Wait, but
that's
the zygotes are living too.
Now, whether that choice is right, I don't know. I don't know if that choice is right or not.
See,
I don't think either one is.
But like the point I'm making is that your intuition is clear. Your intuition is clear that it's the sentient newborn baby is significantly more valuable than the human lives at conception. And that's exactly my point, right? Is that we all have this intuitive value, right? And when we're talking about morality,
we know that. Yeah,
we're explaining what our feelings are. That's all I'm doing. When I tell you that I think abortion is right and I give you all these reasons for it, all I'm doing is explaining to you what my emotions are or what my feelings are about this scenario when I think about it.
Yeah. Okay. So another, like if a baby is in the street about to get ran over and an old lady's in the street about to get ran over, which one are you saving?
If it's a baby or an old lady,
Yeah.
I would probably save the baby in the scenario.
But why?
Well, because they would have more to go on. And I'm not saying I don't value future. What I'm saying is that I value future once a past or a present is established. That's what you're not understanding.
What if that baby grew up to be
There's something called a conjunction, and that what that means is in order to be granted value under my view, it requires this characteristic and this one. So past or present and future, first person subjective experience, in order to be considered valuable.
What if that baby grows up to be Hitler?
Well, if I had the ability to be able to identify that, I'd probably be more likely to save the grandma in the scenario. Or if I could socialize the baby in a different way, I would save the baby and socialize them differently insofar as that they wouldn't become that. And that's also what I have with your view is that God has, you could say all these babies are Hitlers, whatever you want to say. God has the ability to teleport them any point in history, right? So that they're socialized in a different manner.
Well, yeah, I mean, but that goes back to the sinful nature. I mean, that's a whole nother argument of, I mean, do you believe that humans are bad by nature or good by nature?
I think that we're dependent upon our environments. I don't think there are like bad infants and good infants. I think there's socialization, and I mean, maybe there could be some biological influences to these things. right? Like I've heard that there are certain things in the brain that could make people act particular ways if there's like a tumor or something like that. But I mean, that oftentimes could be related to environment or other things like that. So I'm more of the person that people have the ability to be changed based upon environment, and that they're heavily predicated off their environment and social norms and like what's accepted. Right. Like, I mean, that's why a lot of people eat meat. Like a lot of people, if they had to go out there and they had to kill the animals themselves, they wouldn't do it. Right.
Well, I would, but
I mean, yeah, you probably would because you're probably like in middle America. But what I mean is that like I wouldn't. Right. I wouldn't be able to do that shit. That's pretty crazy to me. So
if you didn't have readily available meat, you just wouldn't eat it.
yeah, I wouldn't. I would try to figure out some other way.
That sucks. Yeah, that would
No,
suck.
I don't think it does, right? And also, I don't think the arguments of like it tastes good are a good reason to eat it. I think these are all bad arguments. Yeah, that I mean.
Oh, I would never say that it tasting good is a good argument because Oreos taste good, but but meat, you can look at meat and it does have a lot of nutritional value.
Justified to eat Oreos, but unless you would say that, well, it's you because you're not a vegan.
I'm not eating Oreos no matter what, but I'm kind of a health nut, so that's just me. Okay,
Wait,
so
you're a health nut, but you're a carnivore, bro? Come on.
Well, I'm just doing the carnivore. I'm doing the carnivore to see how I feel objectively.
Wait, Matt, and also, in order to be a health nut, don't you have to require science?
Yeah, we do look at the science in that, but that don't.
Okay, so then the science is a little bit better than the Bible.
Not necessarily. The Bible also gives you a really good blueprint for eating. I feel like if you eat the way the Bible tells you, you'll be fine.
Well, I mean, that's because we've set up as a society that we want to like.
The Bible wasn't meant to be a health. The Bible wasn't meant to be a health book. You know, it was meant to be for your spiritual salvation. I mean, that's the whole purpose.
Okay, you want to know what I think it's for?
What?
This might sound a little outlandish to you, but I think it's because there were individuals that were looking for a way to make people act in accordance with their values a little more, right? Or like what they considered good. And they lacked the ability to like convince people to change values. So they have to use like the idea of something that could harm them, right? In order to be able to get them to shift values.
But is that
so
not
it's more of like they were trying to shift the values of society, not necessarily like it's like a legitimate belief, but that's kind of like the way that I view it.
Is that not what every group does anyway, though?
Well, you would say that that's a part of the things because they already believe in it, but I would say that's the main reason.
Like what you're doing the devil's work, and you're doing a great job. I mean, you're kind of out here trying to convince people, one way or not necessarily. Even if you're not trying to convince them, you're just
trying to get them to be critical, and then through them being critical, they're going to end up with the same view that I have here. That's what I'm saying, because I genuinely looked at this. I genuinely tried to rationalize the view, and I really couldn't. Like, I don't just go up here and do lives for no reason.
You might be too rational, though. Have you ever thought about that?
I don't think that's a thing.
And
I think that's a cope. To be totally honest, Matt, you really want to believe it. It feels really good to you. I get it, but that's a cope, bro.
I think you cope too, though, with what you believe.
What cope?
Like you have faith in what you believe, right?
No, it's not faith. I have evidence to believe what I believe.
And you believe it with 100% certainty.
No. I don't think that things are certain unless we're reflecting like my own desires and thoughts.
That's all
like solipsism. But the point I would make is that we base what's true based on what's most likely to be the case, what the evidence is pointing towards.
If you don't believe it with 100% certainty, then you don't really believe it, though.
That's not true. Because you don't have 100% certainty that your kids exist, yet you still believe it.
Oh, I do. I mean, I see. I'm looking at them right now.
That's not certainty, though. Because listen, there's a possible reality where where that's just a simulation.
Well, okay, now that's another option. So, even if you believe in God, you could technically believe that He does this all by himself.
Yeah, and I know this sounds weird. I'm just saying it's a conceptual possibility. There's infinite conceptual possibilities.
Even if you believe in the Bible,
so when people say that I think you're using certain differently than the way that we're using certain here. Because when I'm using the term certain, I'm saying there's an impossibility of the contrary. And that's how they use it in philosophy. and then people think of certainty like, oh, this is probably most likely to be the case.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, I think we're all, I think no matter what and who I have this conversation with, we're always going to go back to that same circle of, well, I'm just going to have faith and you're going to have science or whatever you believe in. And it
I'm
always
gonna be rational, and you're gonna continue to live irrationally. That's what I see it as.
Yeah.
Okay, and
I
I
have
get
an
that you want to like
irrational-
say that I'm just gonna have faith. But what that tells me, what I see that as someone who is looking at this from an outside perspective, is this person just wants to believe in this without reason.
Well, again, like I said, I definitely have irrational beliefs backed by faith. I guess you could say that if you're looking at it from a rational view.
Yeah, but faith isn't a backing, right? And again, that's the same as me believing you're a cannibal. That's the same thing as me believing Stewie Griffin created the universe. That's the same thing as me believing
That's possible.
when I die that I'm going to be Ben 10, right?
You
or
might
I'm gonna
be. I
living
mean,
in a Pokemon world. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just as likely to be true as your view. And doesn't that seem absurd? Or
Yeah,
that
it
your
seems
kids are
absurd.
demons. Your kids are demons.
they could be possessed. You never know.
Oh,
Sometimes
come on,
I worry
bro.
about it. Sometimes I worry about that. You're right.
Matt, please don't worry about that, man. I'm serious. Like, you're just gonna take it's gonna take you away from being able to be there for your kids, bro. I'm serious.
I think you might be possessed.
I promise you I'm not possessed.
How do you know that?
I know that because I experience my life. It's like when people say that I'm DNC paid, right? I know for a fact that's false, okay? I know for a fact because I literally am just some random kid that grew up in Iowa. I experienced all of this shit. There's no point in my life where it just switched and I was immediately possessed or anything like that. Again, I've experienced it all.
Or do you want me to take over with all the damn?
Sure, Colton. Hold on. All right. Well, that sounds good. I think I'm gonna have to conclude the live. I gotta go.
For sure.
But you're a master debater.
Well, I mean, you guys would call it a sin. Maybe that's why you call it a sin.
I mean, yeah, but you are a master debater. I see all your points. Like I said, I'm a pretty objective person, but at the same time, I'm always going to believe what I believe, and there's nothing you could ever say. And
I think that's a bad reason to follow that. And if there's nothing I could ever say, that's what confirmation bias is. And Matt's, maybe someday you'll reflect on this, but that's literally what confirmation bias is.
the thing is, though, at the end of the day, if I'm wrong, what have I lost? If you're wrong, you've lost everything.
Pascal's wager. Okay, well, you could. Do you think about? Are you scared of the hell from Islam?
No.
No, not at all. Right. So like, you're not scared of any of the other hells from any other religion, but you're for some reason scared of this one. But they're just as likely to be true under your view as each
No,
other.
not under my view. Under your view, yes, not under mine.
No, but under yours because you just have faith. Remember, you didn't have evidence.
Well, like I said, faith is different. The faith I feel is different than the faith, like, by textbook definition.
So what is faith to you?
Faith is just an overwhelming belief in something that you can't fully understand. That's what it is for me.
Overwhelming belief in something that you can't understand. But what we're kind of questioning here is, does it have evidence, yes or no? And it seems like under your view, it doesn't have evidence. And if it doesn't have evidence, well, you can't justify the probability of one proposition being true more than another one, right? You're just saying that they're the same in probability. Because evidence justifies a greater likelihood of probability.
Okay, I do got to end it right here, but
Yeah, you're good.
the
good
topic
talking
for
to you.
tomorrow, the topic for the next one is going to be good. It's not even going to be this, but yeah, everybody who's on, tune in. We will see y'all next
All right,
time.
peace out.
Have a good one.
And
You want to vote for a proven sexual abuser?
Yeah.
Why?
You think he's the only one that's ever done it?
I think that he's the one that's been held liable for it, so we should hold him accountable. Appreciate the boxing up. Thank you so much. And even if others have done it, that doesn't justify him doing it.
Epstein's still alive?
I don't have any reason to believe that.
All right, bro.
Do you have any evidence? Oh, you just left? Laughs and leave. Nice argumentation, bro. Incredible. That guy's an intellectual titan. Look at him. All right, everyone. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Okay, we're gonna get the next person up. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump, even though he's 34 felonies, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? All right, you're live so late today? Yay? Yes, I am live a bit later today. I think typically this happens on the weekends because my girlfriend goes to her parents' house. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, hey, 31.
Yeah, and are you going to be voting for Trump in 2024?
Absolutely. Okay, so I have a problem with income tax. No American likes paying taxes, especially when you've been doing it for a long time. I've had a job since I was 13, and I've been paying taxes since I was 18.
Wait, there are people in Europe that pay taxes that they don't have an issue with paying taxes. They actually enjoy it because they actually receive benefits from it.
Okay, but what I'm saying though is I don't necessarily have an issue like when you mentioned police and firefighters and teachers being paid off of my tax dollars. That's not an issue. I wholeheartedly agree with that if that's where it lies, but it doesn't. You know, billions and trillions of
So
dollars.
you're mad with how the government's currently spending the money, and I agree with you. But in order to be able to fix this, we need and require a democracy to hold our politicians accountable. And when Donald Trump undermines our American democracy, right, by not accepting the fair and democratic election results, that undermines that very process.
Yeah, but I don't think the Democrats are doing anything to help that situation either. I don't feel like nobody on that side is. I think that Democrats do more spending of our tax dollars unnecessarily, and nothing. Nothing
Donald Trump's
gets done.
administration, under Donald Trump's administration, we added $8.4 trillion to the debt.
Yeah.
Which is it's going to be 7.9 estimated under Biden. So Trump added more to the debt. There was more increase in money supply under Trump's administration.
Yeah.
These are, how are we going to indicate it's worse with Biden?
Well, you know, I don't know. I just know that since Joe Biden's been in office, my tax dollars have been cut. I'm not getting nearly
Still
as
Trump
much.
tax policy.
This still doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, of course.
Well, you know, I'm intelligent.
Tax policy works for 10 years.
That just doesn't make sense. Then why, when he gets in office, my tax dollars get stripped from me?
That's how the Trump tax policy was set up.
After his term? After his term? After his 4 years?
Yeah, even after his 4 years, the Trump tax policy extends.
It doesn't seem like that was implemented during his term. It just seems like it was implemented after the fact.
Wait, no. So again,
Okay, so to put that in perspective, 5 kids, right? I didn't have 5 kids at the time in 2019, 2018, so on and so forth, but I had 3 kids.
okay.
So when I would file taxes, right, I would get about $2,200 to $2,500 per kid, the child tax credit, right?
Which was expanded under Biden.
Okay, but I'm saying
that's due to executive order. That's something that can be expanded.
Okay, so like during those 4 tax seasons, I got a very healthy tax refund. And then the past 4 years since Biden's been in office, I haven't.
So again, the Trump tax policy was set up specifically in which the middle class tax cuts expired, whereas the ones for rich people didn't.
Yeah. Well,
so that's why after-tax income decreases for lowest quintile and for middle class, while increases for the top 1%, top 0.1%, and the highest quintile.
Okay. Well, thank you for clarifying and putting that in perspective for me.
Appreciate the confetti. Thank you so much. Of course.
All right, well, that's pretty much all I got, other than Hillary Clinton being guilty on all charges and not being charged.
Yeah, they don't have as much evidence with Hillary Clinton.
Well, she
And
bleached
also,
her.
Trump was saying in 2016, appreciate the handout, thank you so much, we could possibly have a president under felony indictment. Appreciate the handout, thank you so much. Right, that would make it so that they can't do their basic presidential duties because they have so many charges being applicable to them. But then during his administration, he complained about the fact that he had so many fucking charges and so many damn things happening to him that he couldn't do his basic presidential duties. Persephone, thank you for the shiny air balloon. Thank you so much. A W Persephone, thank you.
Yeah, I just find that ironic that the FBI director says she did this, that's a felony. She did this, that's a felony. And this, that's a felony. I think he listed off like 13 different felonies and then went on to say that they wasn't going to charge her. I think that's one of the first people that Donald Trump fired the minute he got in office was the FBI director regarding that matter because she was in fact caught bleaching her emails regarding.
And Trump said that these were great FBI agents.
Right.
So yeah. Also, wasn't she not indicted?
I don't think she was because they didn't formally charge her. They just listed off the felonies that she committed, and then it was just
I'd like to see where they did that, but
I think it's actually it's a live thing. You can probably pull it up on YouTube.
oh, I'd love to see it. You should send it to me.
I'll try to locate it and then send it to you.
All right, for sure.
All right. Well, that's all I got. I appreciate the debate, buddy.
All right, appreciate it. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App in the bio. Everyone keep tapping that screen, though. I don't know why my computer, for some reason, it's not, like, loading in. DMC, thank you so much for the boxing glove. Thank you so much. All right. We're going to get this next person up. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. Yo, Kelly, thank you so much for the cap. I appreciate it.
Wow, it's the first time I've been up here.
What's up? How old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah, you seem old enough. Are you going to vote for Trump?
I'm in my mid-40s.
You going to vote for Trump?
Yes,
Why
absolutely. On the note of, there's a number of reasons, but on the note of taxes, I kind of wanted to comment a little bit on the prior commenter. Right now, the federal budget is 6.7 trillion, and if you take local government, including state, local, and county, municipal, et cetera, it's around 10 trillion. Of that, only 1 trillion is going to Social Security, 1 trillion to Medicare, and less than 650 billion to infrastructure. So and 800 billion between 800 and 1 trillion to defense. Where's the other 6.5
Thank you
trillion?
for the $10. Thank you so much, Kristen. Thank you for the $10 as well. Where's the other money going through? I'd have to look at the federal budget.
It's a lot of it is going into discretionary programs. If we take things like the Department of Transportation, which has done very little. If you look at the Department of Education, which has done very little. Mountains and mountains of discretionary programs, everything from overseas aid to domestic programs that have been proven useless.
Which ones would you say are useless?
The prior commenter was not making a very good argument on the tax situation. When Trump was in office, up until the pandemic, our federal budget was 4.15 trillion. After the CARES Act and subsequent, it went up to 6.7 trillion and it hasn't dropped since. And 10 trillion.
Yeah, but you want to know something crazy? Trump is still adding more to the debt in his administration comparative to what Biden's estimated to reach.
Trump is. You're saying right now, actively.
No, that means like the overall, right? Like effective his administration versus Biden's.
To the national debt, or to the overall budget?
National debt.
Okay, so if your budget is 6.7 trillion, and you collect, twice as much in taxes,
the adds in deficit. I understand. I'm not dumb. Okay,
I'm not saying you're dumb. But it's
I'm looking at like the estimated effect, right? Do you want me to show you?
when you look at that, also look at unfunded liabilities while you're at it. Don't look at just the deficit because the debt.
No, I'm not.
The debt's 35 trillion.
Wait, no, added to the debt. No, so look up how much did President Trump add to the debt? It's the U.S. Budget Watch 2024, the project for the Committee of a Responsible Federal Budget.
Prior to COVID.
What?
Well, Trump didn't unilaterally pass the CARES Act. That's 2.6 trillion right there. So up to 2019, look at that. Don't look at 2020.
Okay, so then how can you then take into account Biden during COVID? I think that's hypocritical for you to like not take into account Trump's spending, but to take into account Biden's.
Because the COVID spending has been over for 2 years and it hasn't adjusted since COVID spending started.
Regardless, the point is that there has been more overall under Trump's administration comparative to Biden.
It has nothing. The pandemic is not something that was under Trump's control.
Neither is plenty of things, right? The pandemic wasn't under Biden's control yet. There was still spending under the context of Biden's administration related to COVID.
Hasn't stopped though. For 2 years now, it's staying at 6.7. Now he wants a $7.2 trillion budget.
So again, but that's still with less adding to the debt than Trump. I mean,
Up until 2019, that's not the case. It was in 2020 that Trump added.
So again, if you're going to start cutting years out, why don't we just cut years out for Biden?
Let's do that. Let's cut the years out. Let's cut pandemic out altogether from 2020.
Yeah, then where do you get your numbers from?
You can pull it up on irs.gov if you want. There's
Well, what on irs.gov was the title of the document you're referencing?
Or let's do the summary version. So if you go to usdebtclock.org, usdebtclock.org.
That's not going to tell you specifically how much he added without the context of it relating to pandemic.
There's the history of year by year. And what you're going to see is it went from 4.15 trillion to
that doesn't tell you whether or not it was pandemic related or non-pandemic related.
You can look at, to do that you'd have to look at legislation that's been passed.
Yeah, which would be something that you'd have to look further into. So if you don't have the numbers for that right now, then you can't claim. Wait, if you don't have the numbers right now, then you can't claim specifically this is going to be like less under the context of Trump.
When you saw the last omnibus bill and the senator was standing in the middle of Congress with the book stacked from his waist all the way up to his shoulders, I think he said it was 28,000 pages. I might be wrong. Please don't hold me to that. Maybe it's 2,800, whatever. But there's no way that I can start quoting all those programs and all the spending in a live feed. It would take months even for an economist to be able to do that.
Okay, so again,
all I'm saying is if you look at the summary figure.
Well, then if you don't have the numbers, then you can't make a determination on this point. That's the point I'm making. You're just assuming that
the numbers are on. If you go to usdebtclock.org, which is a summary, and they have
but that doesn't tell you which ones are pandemic related versus non-pandemic related. That's the issue that you're referencing.
The pandemic started in 2020, very early, and it ended in 2022 by national consensus.
But that doesn't mean that the spending isn't pandemic related. That's what you're not understanding.
So you're saying that we've spent 3.7 trillion more per year in the last 2 years than we did in 2019, and it's not pandemic. And you're saying that because I can't prove that that's not pandemic.
No, I'm just saying you have to identify which ones are pandemic related, which ones are not, to be able to have relevant numbers for us. If you're going to judge it based upon that.
I can't do that in the short in a.
I know you won't be able to do that here, which means that you're not going to be able to identify a conclusion here, which means that you would just be agnostic on that point.
I'm not agnostic. If the numbers are
you're
there,
assuming things without evidence.
I can absolutely prove it. I can't do it in a 15 minutes.
You can prove it, but you can't prove it?
I can't do it in 15 minutes, no.
Oh, so you can't prove it?
No, I can't.
That's my point. So you don't have evidence yet you still believe it. That's called confirmation bias.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yes, it is. So you can look it up, right? And you can find your evidence and then you can form your conclusion. That would be legitimate. But forming the conclusion and then saying, oh, maybe I'll find evidence to support this is just confirmation bias in of itself.
40% of the GDP is going to federal, state, and local taxes right now, compared to 36%, 35% prior to 2020. And it hasn't stopped. It hasn't slowed.
State and local, that's not determined by president, is it?
No, it's not. That's taxes in general.
So then why are you saying that's somehow an issue for Joe Biden here as it relates to his spending?
I'm saying taxes in general. I'm not saying specific to Biden. If we want to look at just,
Oh, but we're talking about Trump or Biden. We're not just talking about taxes
if we want to
in
look
general.
at just federal, then
We're talking about Trump or Biden. We're not talking about taxes in general.
If we're talking about just Trump,
You
and Biden,
want
we
to
can
talk
look at
about the
just federal.
gasoline taxes in California or something that's such a pivot away from the conversation here.
It is if you quote California as a role model for the rest of the country, which is for some
That's
reason
not
being
what
done
I'm
frequently.
arguing.
But
I would look for like Scandinavian countries in which have more a higher, better. They rank better on the economic freedom index, the human freedom index. They have more social mobility. They provide better social services for the average individual in their country. There are plenty of things I could point to in those countries specifically that we need to take from that are better than what we have here in the United States.
the United States doesn't set a standard by other countries. It is the standard.
What are you talking about? There are other things that we can adopt and take from other countries, right? The U.S. isn't the best in every category. That's obviously absurd to say.
Well, it's funny because you agree with Trump on something very important here, and that's we shouldn't be supporting these other nations as much as we are when they're doing so great and we're not.
I don't know what you mean. What other nations are you referencing?
Scandinavia. Did you mention Scandinavia? Other countries? You want to look at Finland?
So you're just talking in terms of NATO?
No.
I would argue that they should increase
better
their.
than the U.S., so the U.S. sucks. Is right? You're basically.
That's not what I said at all. I said there are specific things about these countries that I think are beneficial that the U.S. needs to adopt.
Okay.
And that's a similar model to like what I would like. Not saying I like everything about their
100%
particular
agree.
model. There are definitely things that I would not like in these
You
particular
and I
countries.
very much agree on this point, right? And I can guarantee you in these other countries, 40% of their GDP isn't going to government.
So again, as it relates to this, they have better social services, more social services. So that would just mean that we're spending inefficiently. Okay, so that's not related to government in general. That's related to how we're currently spending, which means that we need to have more accountability for our politicians, which relies on democracy, which your guy is trying to undermine.
Which specific services are you referring to?
Healthcare, childcare, parental leave, paternity leave, unemployment insurance, student debt repayment would be great for the United States. There's plenty of things.
And FMLA, you're saying is not enough, and Medicare is not enough. And
No, I think I would like something like Medicare for all. That would be a lot better. Like
how much would that cost?
So a Yale study indicated it would save $450 billion a year.
It would save
to our current system,
It would save
which is
450
4.5 trillion in a decade, and 68,000 American lives. But I've seen numbers ranging from 45 to 68,000.
So if we look at the decade, at the 3 trillion discretionary that we're spending, there's 30 trillion. So I absolutely agree. We could afford these services if we can figure out where this 30 trillion is going.
Also, we already spend money into healthcare right now. We spend twice as much as basically every other European country on healthcare expenditure per individual, right? Yet we have worse health outcomes. So I think it's ironic that you argue that our system here would be good, or it would be like some sort of model or standard for the world, but then we're like basically falling behind in almost every standard as it relates to healthcare.
Are there other standards that we have that they don't have? Like, for instance, the number of cars per household, or the income potential of somebody who starts a business versus somebody who
There's
is
broader
employed?
social mobility in Scandinavian countries, like I just mentioned. If you look at the social mobility, right, it ranks highest in the nations I just mentioned.
Social mobility. Okay, so social mobility. So if you want to rent an apartment your whole life and that's all you want to do, you don't want to buy a house, that's great. I would say, yeah, let's boost those social programs.
What you don't know, social mobility means ability to sort of move class, or like to become rich, right? Or to do well for yourself, change class. That's what social mobility is.
What defines what a class is? Just out of curiosity, is it like, okay, if you own a home and you own your car, you're middle class, or is it if you have a 3-bedroom apartment, not a 1-bedroom apartment?
We would
What is
judge
it like?
based upon like purchase price parity.
So
which
because someone
takes
can
into
go on
account
vacation-
housing prices, consumer prices in the economy, and plenty of other things, and it equalizes the values. So we have methods of like of comparing. Is that
So
what you're
because-
asking?
So because they can go on vacation twice as often, that makes you middle class versus someone who can go on vacation only once a year.
No, so middle class we would just relate to as it relates to income, and typical as it relates to the broader proportion. Like middle class is like, I mean, I don't know what you're trying to say. Like you're trying to say like the amount of amenities you get is what indicates you middle class. That's not how it's
I'm
been
just trying.
defined
I'm
throughout
trying to
history.
figure out. Well, so if we look at middle class 100 years ago, middle class what meant you were owning a home, maybe you owned a business, you were self-sufficient, you had a surplus of income, you weren't living paycheck to paycheck. But I feel like with
Okay, well then this
if we
country
look at
has like no middle
today-
class.
If we look at middle class today, it's very different than middle class 100 years ago, where your middle class is defined by renting a 1,600 square foot house instead of a 1,200 square foot house. I'm just saying I need to know what the benchmark is for what is it that makes you middle class versus poverty or lower
Was
class.
this even relevant to what I was mentioning?
It is if you're going to use class as a argument for another.
I was
system.
just saying like social mobility.
Social mobility.
So I was saying the ability to move between classes. And then you're asking me how we define middle class. I can give you a definition of middle class, but that's simply irrelevant to what I was mentioning.
Okay. So we have to agree on what middle class is, because what we're told middle class, it takes 120 grand a year right now to buy a house. So whereas and you're considered middle class if you make 90 grand a year, right? Whereas if we look at 50 years ago, right, or even in the 1970s, it took half that, right? So I'm just saying that like I feel like the bar for what middle class is has changed significantly, and the problem is we're tying middle class to currency, not to quality of life. And so if we look at quality of life changes in the US versus other country, then we could have a discussion. But if we talk about class changes, that's a whole can of worms that we open up. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, so again, I'm just relating to the World Economics Forum, like Global Social Mobility Index. That's what I'm telling you I'm relating to. So if you want to like look into that, you can. But if you look at the Global Social Mobility Index, right, you can see Denmark is number 1. Here, I'll just read it off. Denmark, Norway, Finland, Sweden, Iceland, Netherlands, Switzerland, Belgium, Austria, Luxembourg, Germany, France, Slovenia, Canada, Japan, Australia, and we have to go all the way down to where even is the United States? United States is 27.
Out of 240 countries, we're 27. And we're not a socialist country. That's actually pretty good for a non.
Wait, we're not even none of these countries are socialist.
None of those countries, yes, they are.
No. What is socialism?
So, government funds basic needs.
No.
That's what socialism is.
No. Socialism is when the workers control the means of production. It's about method of production.
That's
not socialism. They have more free markets than we do, by the way. If you look at the Economic Freedom Index, they have more economic freedom than the US.
So
the US is socialist under your view?
If we look in those countries, there's going to be more small businesses per capita than the US.
I'm saying they have more economic freedom based upon the Economic Freedom Index.
Okay, based on the index, I got it. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna look into all this. I've taken a lot away from this, so good numbers. I don't have enough knowledge about what the Economic Freedom Index is and what the Social Mobility Index is to be able to counter. But I do recommend looking at pandemic era spending versus non-pandemic when you're comparing presidents. As Americans, we should be asking ourselves where all this extra money is going, because it's not.
I actually think that what you should be questioning is the audits. The fact that they can't fully take into account where they're spending this money as it relates to the military. Trillions of dollars they can't account for. You should care about fucking audits, dude.
The trillions, the military budget is currently only the DoD budget right now is
It's
only
trillions over many fucking years, dude.
over many years. I agree.
300%.
I agree. Yes, we should figure out where that's going. Yep. But right now it's 960 billion a year. I'm trying to figure
That's
out
insane.
why it is that Social Security is 1 trillion, Medicare is 1 trillion, DoD is 1 trillion, infrastructure
Social
650
Security
billion.
doesn't have to be a trillion if we have better ways of funding it, but that's going to take like generations to be able to fix, right? If we were to put $7,000 to $10,000 into the S&P 500 for each American citizen when they were born, they'd have $1 million when 65 years old.
But how much is that $1 million going to actually? What purchasing power is that $1 million going to have?
Again, that purchasing power would have relatively similar purchasing power, just counting inflation. It still increases above significant increases above inflation because the S&P provides much more growth than inflation.
There are other really cool studies that talk about what happens to society when everybody's a millionaire, and it's not a really good.
That's not a society where everyone's a millionaire. That's just a society where people who are in retirement have sufficient retirement funds to completely retire, which actually means that it would reduce the labor force participation rate for people who are older, therefore increasing the social mobility for younger generations. That's not what you're not taking into account. When we have a lack of Social Security being able to take care of people, right, that actually incentivizes people to work to a greater extent, which the whole point of Social Security in the first place was to incentivize them not to work so that we could get other types of jobs to be opened for the younger generations.
That you're saying that was the whole point of Social Security.
That was a huge point of Social Security. Yeah.
For how many years was that supposed to be? I mean, because back then when Social Security was
Yeah, it would only go for like a few years. That's why now we need more funds funded through more economically advantageous investments than what we've had in the past, because it's been especially since we haven't been able to keep up with replacement rate. We need like better types of funding mechanisms. You know, like the funding mechanism I just mentioned, for every American citizen to get $7,000 to $10,000 a year, that would cost less than $30 billion a year. Okay.
Less than $30 billion to
give every American citizen who's born in this country a $7,000 to $10,000 that we can put in the S&P 500. Yeah.
You know what? I would be absolutely for privatizing retirement.
No, terrible. What we want is economically advantageous investment programs for Americans in the S&P 500 in the market set through the government, because that ultimately makes sure that everyone will get access to these different types of pots rather than it being left up to people like us, saving for themselves, because oftentimes people are not going to be in circumstances where they can provide for themselves. That's the whole point of these safety nets.
Yep.
Right. So we just need economically advantageous methods of investment programs for these different things rather than it being such a drain. Because yes, I understand $1 trillion a year on retirement is not fun for us to have to pay for in the economy. So I don't know. I think that's a little interesting. Oh, he ran away. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at him. Interesting. Why are they always like that? That's just so interesting. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, really? Why?
Well, a lot of that BS that you're talking about, we're drilling a lot more oil than we were under Trump's administration. That's a lie. All you see, when I ran my podcast with Donald Trump, I always got kicked off, especially if I said words like fuck or anything of that nature. They would just boot me. So you just
said it and didn't get booted.
You're part of the problem, man. You're part of the problem. You come up here. I don't know who's paying you. You spit all this misinformation. It's a subtle form of hypnotism, is what you're doing to these people. You're a 22-year-old punk that doesn't know shit.
I love how angry you are. Now,
Who
pays me?
And you are.
Who pays me,
If I
Danny?
saw you on the street, bro, I'd probably we would have a debate, right? And you'd probably fucking start whining. But
I would love to debate you, Danny. Right? But I have a question, Danny.
What's up?
Who's paying me?
That's the question I need you to answer. It's under some TikTok administration bullshit. It's not part of America.
TikTok only takes money from me.
No. You make money on TikTok.
I do make money on.
Every time I would run my Donald
clarify.
Trump, freedom of
Danny.
speech in America. Don't you understand the First Amendment?
Danny, listen. So I make money, right, on TikTok, right, not from TikTok, but from people who are donating to me. TikTok takes a percentage for the money that's sent through the app.
Exactly. I'm just saying TikTok's the only app right now that allows you to be a Biden fan. Like if you're a Trump supporter and you try to run what you're doing, you can't. For one, you ain't going to get that many views. For two, you ain't getting the money and you're getting banned. My account's already been banned.
Hey, Danny, I'm on my.
And I'm going to tell you something.
Before you
makes
go into
more
this, I want you to
sense?
understand this,
Gas
Danny.
prices were a lot
Danny,
lower
I want you to
under
understand this real quick.
Trump's administration and
Hold
Joe
up.
Biden. We're drilling
Before you go,
more
before you
oil
go
under
into
Joe
this,
Biden.
before you go into this,
Common
right,
sense, brother. Common sense.
Danny, before you go into this, this is quite literally my fourth account. Okay.
Yeah.
You saying you don't get that I don't get banned is laughable, right? I've been doing this for years. I get banned all of the time.
No.
The reason why I have a bigger platform than you is because I've been doing this for years. Why are there Trump supporters with smaller platforms? They aren't as dedicated.
Oh yeah.
That's it. They're not as dedicated to going live on a consistent basis. That's why.
No, I was. Oh,
No,
that's
you're
tough.
not. No, you're not. There's not as enough of Trump supporters that are dedicated, right? That do this all the time. Sophie, thank you for $3.40.
I was making sometimes
Amber, thank you for the VR
$700,
doggles.
$900 a week.
Thank you so much. What's up?
I was making $700, $900 a week. They finally got rid of me, and then every time I jump on live,
You got banned?
Boom, banned.
I get banned all the time too. I'm literally right now. I'm on my current second account, but my fourth account overall.
Okay. Anyways,
And I got
none of
banned
this stuff
earlier
makes
on this
sense.
account. Who pays you? Was that the RNC?
No, I was using TikTok. TikTok was paying me.
No, that's
Through
not
people.
TikTok who pays you. That's
Well, the
people
app,
who are
you know,
paying you.
People on the app. They were using the app.
And Danny, you hosted platforms. I've never seen you go live.
Well, I went live like 2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years ago? I was also here 2 years ago. I was still going live. Didn't see
Yeah,
it.
I don't know what to tell you.
Appreciate the
2
handout.
days ago,
Thank
we
you.
laid 10.5 down on it and got a trailer with it.
Gosh damn. That's about...
Interesting. He probably went live for a week.
5 passed. We laid on it.
Yeah. Anyways, ask me this question. So, if we're drilling more oil, then why is gas prices so much higher?
There's a reduction in global oil supply
No.
Worldwide. OPEC limited their distribution of oil worldwide, along with the Russia-Ukraine situation led to us getting less Russian oil. These would have happened regardless of Trump or Biden in office.
I'm going real quick. Like 15 minutes, go over there, get a hamburger and some chicken.
Did you hear
Well,
anything I just said because the other guy's talking?
No. I heard what you said. It just doesn't make any sense. If Trump is in office right
What'd I
now,
just say?
gas would be at like $1.
What did I just say?
I guess it went one ear out the other.
Yeah, Ed and Eddie is running up on the live right now. Now, can you please listen to like what I'm saying? OPEC limited the distribution of oil worldwide, right, which reduced the global oil supply. Where also the Russia-Ukraine situation led to us getting less Russian oil. These things have led to a decrease in global oil supply, therefore increasing prices.
You were just saying we're drilling more oil earlier than we have in years. Now you're taking the fat. You're taking that back, saying we have a decrease?
Dude. You're
the
not
Joe
listening.
Biden
Thank you, confetti.
policy, right?
Hey,
That's the
hey,
reason
Danny,
why
can I
oil
explain it to you
prices
because you
are so
didn't
high.
listen? You didn't listen again. You misunderstood, right? We are producing more in the United States. Other countries are distributing less worldwide.
All right, your setup form of hypnotism ain't working, bro. I'm telling you that
Hypnotism?
right now.
I'm not
Stop.
hypnotizing anyone, bro.
Yes, you are. You're brainwashing people with this misinformation. Come on.
Am I hypnotizing people
You're
sending me money
22
too?
years old.
Am I hypnotizing the
It's
people to
common
send me
sense.
money too? Is that what I'm
If you
doing?
drill more oil, you're gonna have
Watch
more
my live,
gas.
hypnotize. Watch it,
And
watch it.
guess
You better watch
what?
it. Watch
You're a
it right
snake.
now.
You're
You
a
better be
snake.
watching it for hours.
Maybe you sold your soul
Don't-
to the devil.
don't swipe-
I
don't swipe
know.
away.
You're probably for abortion. You're probably for LGBTQ. You're probably for woke.
Yeah,
You're probably
I
one of
think
those weird
LGBTQ people
clowns.
should be accepted. I
You're
appreciate
just
the
a
crown.
punk, right? And you're not a gang.
I'm just a punk. I think LGBTQ people should be accepted and women should have rights. My fucking bad, Danny. I think women deserve basic decency and respect. Appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. And fucking basic rights that men also have. right? And you don't, apparently. Is that what you're bragging about? You think women should have less rights?
No, I'm not saying women should have less rights.
Well,
It's
they
my
should be
belief
able to get
system.
access to an abortion. A weird flex.
But anyways, I'm just saying.
Weird flex that you're against
You're
women's
a
rights.
snake.
It's crazy.
And you go on this
Push the paper
live
crane.
every day and you spit misinformation just like that other cat.
Name one misinformation. Name one claim. Push your hand up.
All the policies that you talk about.
Name one policy that I engaged in misinformation while talking about.
What did we build back better? What did they do to build back anything better? Build back better.
That's just the name of the policy. Sarah, thank you for $3. Thank you so much.
Build back better on your podcast is what they done. People like you. Who's that other clown?
Wow, you really got us there, Danny. Oh my gosh, Danny, you really got us there.
Did get you.
Oh my God, you really got us.
That was like
no, dude, I'm actually asking you,
like
name
Rick
one
James,
claim of
bitch.
misinformation. One claim of misinformation.
I mean, like, for real, dude.
I don't. I'm tired of this shit.
We should be out like.
What these? They're trying to fucking
Name one claim of misinformation, Danny.
One, there's lots, bro. Build back better policy, lies.
No, name one lie I've engaged in.
Lies.
Sandra, thank you for the $10. I did hypnotize you to send this to you. Absolutely.
The swamp because you're all crooked, lying, greedy, hungry snakes. That I would like.
And
to
Trump
step-
isn't. Trump.
Yeah, no, he's
Trump
not.
quite
He's a
literally
human being,
also.
man.
Wait, I have a question.
Check it out. Check it out. What Trump did is something that you would do. You're a 22-year-old. You probably like vagina. So you know what? If there was a porn star that came up on you, even if you had a significant other, don't tell me you wouldn't cheat or not or make some mistakes in your life. Are you perfect?
You're
you
fucking
walk on
gross,
water
dude.
like Jesus?
You don't have to be perfect to not cheat on your significant other. No, I wouldn't fucking cheat on my significant other. But you just told us how terrible of a person you are because you would, right? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you trolling, dude? You're a disgusting fucking human, and that's why you're voting for this guy, isn't it? Right? How? What the fuck? Danny, I'm gonna ask you a question. How many fucking continents are there, Danny? How many continents?
You're just gonna keep muting me every time.
How many continents, Danny? How many continents?
7 continents. Why?
Name them.
South Africa. Why?
South Africa? Really?
I mean South America, North America, fucking
North America, America,
Asia. Yeah. You know the deal.
Don't get your friend to help you. Don't get your friend to help you.
Huh? Well, you got.
You've got 3. What are the other 4?
I haven't been to school in a long time.
You don't know?
No, because my memory's like it's
Nice.
like riding a bike.
What are the
dude.
3 branches of government, Danny?
Well, you just got out of school, you young fool.
Danny, what are the 3 branches
Good
of
for
government?
you.
I haven't
Good
learned
for
this
you.
since I was a fucking child. Name the 3
Now, you know
branches
what?
of government.
Listen to me, man. When
Think of the
you
confetti.
sit there and study something, like it's like
Name the 3 branches of government, Danny. I actually studied economics in college. I doubt you studied anything. Now name the 3 fucking branches of government, Danny. 3 branches.
Hey, I can still smell the Similac on your breath.
I don't even know what that means. Can you name the 3 branches? Think of the crown.
he doesn't
Can you
even know
name the
what
3
that means.
branches?
Similac.
None of you can name the 3 branches. You have the 3 stooges on the slide. They're sitting there.
We got the corrupt government. That's 1. We've got Donald Trump. That's 2. And then we got
Trent, thank you for the $2. I did hypnotize you. Shonda, thank you so much for the $6.66. I did hypnotize you too. Amber, I absolutely hypnotized you as well. Thank you for the $25. Thank you so much, Amber. I really appreciate that. John, thank you for the $2. Hypnotized victim. Sarah, thank you for the $10. Laura, thank you for the $20. You hypnotized as well.
$20. Oh, no, yeah.
Look at all those people that I hypnotized. Oh my
Just like
gosh.
Joe Biden is.
Are we gonna get a blowjob?
You know
out of
that's
this or
that's
what?
why Joe Biden be putting that money in his back pocket. Well, gas and groceries.
Appreciate the
and
little crown. Thank you so
everything
much.
else is
Yep.
going
Biden hands me checks right in my hands.
up. I bet he does.
Yep, he does. Now, what's the 3 branches, Danny?
I just told you the 3 branches.
They were?
Hamburger and some chicken.
I can't. I gotta get the 7. Well, I know. No, I'm gonna listen to this shit for like at least.
Danny, what are the 3 branches of government?
I just told you, man.
Tell me.
Crooked ass Biden, right? That's one of them.
No, that's
you're
not a
part of
branch.
that
No.
branch. You're part of that branch on the left wing, right? And then
Garrett, thank
you
you for
got
the $2.
Donald
Thank you
Trump,
so much.
Patriots, soldiers, gangsters,
Thank you for the guy.
right?
Thank you so
then
much. He doesn't know what he's talking
number
about. Hey, Danny, it's judicial, executive, and
I don't give a shit
legislative.
about that. Politically correct. Congratulations for you.
That's not being politically correct. Oh my gosh.
Congratulations, man. I'm so glad you're so
Now,
smart.
Danny, do you have a significant other?
Yes, I do.
You do. You have a significant other, and you just said that. Caitlin, I appreciate the $3. Thank you so much. You did get hypnotized.
Significant others would probably
You have a well, listen.
like I could send you pictures of the girls that I used to date through my lifetime, and I bombshells. You probably date fucking some dude that wants to be a chick.
Yeah, I bet they're waiting to be with you, dude. I bet they really want to be with you, dude. Oh my God, people are definitely really waiting to be with this guy. Look at him. Wow, people are lining up. They're lining up across the fucking board.
They do.
This guy, look it up. They're lining up. They're lining up right for this guy. Malika, thank you for the super subscription. Thank you so much. You're also saying that with a significant other. Also, like, I just think it's very ridiculous for you to be sitting on here and saying all these things. If you give a boxing glove, thank you so much. That you would, if your significant other said the exact same thing. Danny, I guarantee the significant. Danny, I guarantee your significant other would say the exact same thing, and you would get mad at that.
Hey man, she would actually.
Tim, thank you for the $6.66.
You didn't sleep with Katy Perry, and you had the chance to. You're an idiot.
No, okay. So if she said that she would sleep with Ryan Reynolds if she had the chance, would you be okay with that?
Well, yeah, well, more like I would rather have her sleep with like Justin Jefferson, a football player. But yeah, I mean, if she can go get pregnant by Tom Brady, I'd be down.
That's so wild for you to say that, bro.
Right? Someone who's going to rock it with her cock in it.
Are you okay? I mean, if that's how you swing, bro, that's up to you, bro. I mean, that's.
Hey, have you ever seen a pineapple upside down in the store?
I don't know. You're supposed to be joking there, bro.
You don't know what a pineapple upside down in the store means?
Toby, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much.
Oh no, you're too politically into the game. That's right, maybe. Maybe you got an earpiece. What is Biden administration trying to tell you? What kind of fucking facts are you trying to, or misinformation they trying to feed us?
What the fuck? This dude's total loser, dude.
This is the guy. This is the guy that people are lining up for. Rochelle, thank you for the $6.66. Thank you so much.
That's the dirty dirt right there, bro.
Hey, I want to see the Three Stooges. Turn on the camera. Let's see the Three Stooges.
Save. All right.
Ray, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much.
How do you even make this thing bigger?
The Three Stooges. Look at these guys. We got Tucker Carlson. We got Timu Tucker Carlson. Paula, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. Do y'all see it? Timu Tucker Carlson.
We got the whack ass pedophile Parker.
That's you. Only you, bro. You're the one that follows little girls. Danny, you're the one that follows little girls. Have you seen your following list? It's public.
What?
Hey, do you have a significant other? Do you have a girlfriend?
I do. Kelsey, thank you for the $3. Thank you. I do have a significant other. Now, you want something funny?
What's his name?
What's his name?
You just said P3dio. I like how you did. I like how you just made a homophobic joke in 2024. Nice job, dude. Nice job. Yeah, you're really great. You're really so funny, dude. Sean, thank you for the $2. Thank you.
Remember the rotation.
Thank you for the hand darts.
10 to 2.
Right.
Somebody needs to check your hard drive, Danny. Have you seen your following list? It's public.
I don't care.
So why do you follow so many little girls? Go to your following list. It's public.
What are you talking about?
Go to your following list. It's public. Cindy, thank you for the $3. Thank you.
He's more lying, dude. That's lying like a motherfucker.
I'm lying.
Pedophile Draymond.
Really? I'm lying. And you
wish, motherfucker. Will you
Toby, thank you for the $30 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Toby. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
Idiot. You're a fucking idiot, Toby.
Oh, are you really mad at them?
You said pedophile Park for $30. You must be a fag too.
Oh, of course you say slurs. What the fuck is wrong with this guy, bro? Like, you see how they're like literally just like blatantly homophobic. These are the same people that vote for Trump, by the way. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello. I'm 47.
Yeah, and are you gonna vote for Trump?
No.
Okay, for sure. Those are the people voting for Trump right there. Dude, tap that screen. Let's get to 500,000 likes, everyone. Share the live as well, everyone. Trying to get this next person up here real quick. Aline, thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Aline. I really appreciate that. W Aline in the comment section. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, and the Bio Plus. Follow me here if you have not already. I will be on here for like the next 5 days or so. until we get the main back. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Yeah, and are you voting for Trump in 2024?
Yes, sir.
Why so?
Because I think that I'm gonna think about this. I think they're trying to throw all the good people in jail.
Zid, thank you for the $1.11. Thomas, thank you for the dollar. Thank you. And what evidence do you have for that?
I don't know.
Jeff, thank you for the $5. Thank you, Jeff.
I just see that, everybody who's doing all the bad shit, like all the people on.
Okay, I can barely hear you. You're like covering your mic. Toby's, thank you for the You're Amazing. Thank you so much.
I'm just wondering.
Are you like hiding under the
people-
covers with your Nintendo DS from your mom?
What's going on?
Are you like hiding under the covers with your Nintendo DS, like hiding
Let
from
me
your
ask
mom?
you this. Why is it that Trump got convicted before any of the
I can't hear a single word you're saying. The covers are blocking it. Oh, he ran away. His mom must have came into his room. You shouldn't be on the Nintendo DS that late, man. She's gonna take it away from you. I've been there before, man. Yo, Brent, thank you for the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Brent. Thank you. W.
Hey.
Brent, yo, what's up? How old are you?
What's going on, man? Oh, I'm
Yeah,
35.
how old-
35.
Yeah.
35.
Are you gonna
man.
be voting for Trump?
Yeah, I am. Here's why. I'm going to tell you why, okay? And you come back at me with some information on this, okay? Under Biden, the electric bills have gone up 29%. Eggs are up 79%. Bread is up 30%. Coffee's up 30%. Milk is up 15%. Ice cream is up 26%. Housing is 19%. Clothing, 13%. Used cars or a new car is 21%. Mortgage rates are a staggering 160%. And I'm just like,
Yeah, and
4 years.
what's the
Hold on,
what
let me
index?
finish. Let me finish. I'll give you your time. And, after 4 years, I'm kind of like, you only live once, and that's a quarter. 4 years, I gotta go with somebody else. I gotta have my life looking at me financially moving forward, being able to take care of my family. And I just don't like the way the United States is 19.2 in debt. I see 100 and what is it, 40? I forgot, $1 billion going to Ukraine. We have a population of 33 million. I know it would never happen.
Hey, dude,
But
do I
could
just
you
have to
imagine?
let you
Hold on.
say random
I'll let you
bullshit?
talk. I'll let you talk.
No, respectfully, you're just saying a
Hold
bunch
on.
of bullshit.
Okay, I'll tell you where my facts are from. And we have a population in the United States of 333 million, and they're giving Ukraine over $100 billion. Could you imagine if they gave each American $1 million? That would solve poverty right there, and the United States would be such a great company. I mean, country.
Oh my
Company.
God.
I'm sorry, country.
I'm not going to be able to
It's late,
respond to
it's
all
late.
these different points, man.
Yeah,
I
but you know what?
I like
Listen,
respectfully,
listen.
I would love to be able to respond to these points, but
I know you're gonna sit there and be in denial, like most of the
Mustache, thank you so
Democrats
much. I
are.
promise you, if I go on this entire ramble of a bunch of different things, you're
But
going to be like,
again,
oh, I can't address all of those
no,
different
no.
things.
Listen, I just pointed out these facts of the inflation,
Yeah,
and
and I can
me.
explain. Wait, that doesn't actually make you sound good.
I just want a president. I know you guys.
What, do I need to like
president-
wait 10 minutes to fucking speak,
No,
or do you want me to mute
didn't-
you?
You keep interrupting me. I haven't even gotten 3 minutes of speaking.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you 3 fucking minutes to speak on my platform. This is a debate platform. We have a conversation back and forth. This is not a monologue or preaching event for awful Madden, whatever the fuck you are, right? Get your own platform, start your own stream, and you can do it, right? Now, please listen to what I have to say here, right? Inflation is not going to be caused by the president here, right? Oh, look at him. He already ran away. We'll go on to the next person. All right. He like doesn't want to know the cause of these things. What's up, how old are you? All right, let's get the next person. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. I was like, yo, what's up, how old are you?
Me, I'm 48 years old.
Are you voting for Trump?
Yep.
Why so?
Let me ask you a question. You're asking everybody else questions. Do you know all your constitutional rights?
No, I wouldn't know every constitutional right.
No, you don't?
No, not everyone.
Oh, well, then you're a dumbass. Goodbye.
Can you name all of them?
Oh, yes, I can.
Name them.
No, I asked you first.
Wait. Because I said that I don't know. Now, would you like to name them all? Because you said that I was not smart for not knowing all of
No,
them.
you're a
Now, can you
dumbass.
name all of them?
No, you're a young, dumbass kid. Don't know your shit.
Can you name one policy that
All
Donald
you
Trump
do-
influenced to get passed that
All you
benefit the middle
do
class?
is talk shit. Don't
Can you
know
name one
shit,
policy that Donald
and
Trump influenced to
speak
get
shit.
passed that benefit the middle class?
It doesn't matter about policy. I'm talking about the Constitution.
You don't know a single policy, and you called me dumb?
No,
Hilarious.
talk about
Appreciate
the
the boxing. Thank you so much. What are
Talk
the three
about the
branches of
Constitution.
government?
If
Three
you don't
branches
know
of
about the
government?
Constitution, you can't talk about the government.
What are the three branches of government?
You cannot talk about the government. You too young, sucker.
What's the three branches of government?
Don't worry about the question.
You don't know?
No, you don't know shit about the
You
Constitution.
don't know the three branches of government?
If you don't know, I do know. But
Now name them.
my question is,
What are the three branches
you
of
done
government?
fucked up. You done fucked up, little Parker.
What are the three branches of government? I'd love to hear it.
You done fucked up, little
Yo,
Parker.
Ashley, thank you for the $34 for 34 felonies. Thank you so much, Ashley. I really appreciate it. W. Ashley, DMC, thank you so much for the confetti as well. W. Ashley in the chat, thank you so much. Now, would you like to respond? Or do you got nothing? Three branches of government, what are they?
Damn the Constitution.
I asked what the three branches of government are.
No, I asked you
Matt,
first.
thank you for the $5.34. Thank you. I already told you I don't know every single right endowed by the Constitution.
Yeah. Well, then don't ask me shit, because I'm older than you are.
I promise you don't know either.
Oh, yeah, I do.
You want to bet?
If I know the Constitution, then I know all that.
Okay, give me the preamble to the Constitution.
No, you give it to me.
We the people. I'll start it off.
You ain't the we the people.
We
You're
the
a
people.
Democrat.
We the people of the United
You're a
States, in
Democrat.
order to form a more perfect union. What is it?
You're a Democrat.
What is it? What is it? Keep it going.
Young buck
Keep it going. Keep it
that
going.
Don't know shit.
We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union.
Okay, if you know that, then
You don't know the rest?
Constitution.
I thought you know so much.
Name your Constitution.
Appreciate the glove. Thank you so much. I thought you know so
Name your
much.
Constitution.
I thought you know so much.
Name your Constitution. If you know that shit,
I'll ask
then
you. I'll ask you.
your Constitution.
What are the five freedoms given to you in the
No.
First Amendment?
No, name yours.
What are the five freedoms given to you in the First Amendment?
Name it. If you know it.
You're the one who said you're not going to answer any, any of my
You're
questions.
the one that said, I don't know my.
Hey, just call me Joe. I'm sorry, you might not have been on my platform before. Kennedy, I appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. But we answer questions here. If you don't want to answer questions, I'll talk to the next individual later, right? The next individual after you. I don't give a shit. Now, if you don't answer my question, right, I'll have to do it. I would love to continue talking to you, Joe. But, right, it seems like you won't like to do it. Now, would you like to please answer the question? What are the five freedoms given to you by the First Amendment? Matt, thank you for the $5.34. Thank you. Toby's, thank you for the cap. Also, you can accept the literal invite to speak I just gave you. Yo, thank you for the confetti. Thank you so much, Chef. I appreciate it. Yo, Praddock, thank you so much. I appreciate the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Look at he ran away. Well, he should have ran away because I literally just saw a girl on his liked pictures that looks like young. Like, does this girl look like old enough, y'all? Does this girl look old enough? That was on his liked videos, by the way. Does this girl look old enough? I don't know. She looks extraordinarily young to me. This girl looks extraordinarily young to me. I don't know why he's liking her videos. It's really weird. It's really fucking crazy. Like, I'm not trolling. Like, this girl is literally, like, super young. Like, look at that. Super young. That's his likes. Like, what the fuck, bro? That is so insane. That is so insane. Francis, thank you for the $1. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, let's get the next person up here. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump. Trent, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you so much. Name your constitutional rights. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 27.
And are you going to vote for Trump?
You damn right I am.
And why is that?
Oh, because he's better than Biden.
So, because he's better than Biden.
I've made more money under Trump than I did Biden.
Okay, we're still under Trump tax policy. 1, 2. That's not good reason to vote for him. Else, because I would then say that I made more money under Biden, therefore I'd have reason to vote for Biden. Under your view?
I didn't catch that. Say that again.
So I've made more money under Biden, therefore I have good reason to vote for Biden.
I'm telling you my experience. That's why I'm voting for Trump. I made more money under Trump than I did Biden.
That's not a good reason to vote for one over the other, because that's not telling us that it was caused or influenced specifically by that president.
So when Biden took office, why did everything skyrocket?
So again, that's just unrelated to him specifically. Why did it increase? Well, there was a decrease in global in global oil supply. That decrease in global oil supply led to us specifically having higher prices because we stayed with the same demand. Amber, thank you for the $50 on Cash App. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Amber did make more money as well. Rebecca, thank you for the $34 on Cash App as well for the felonies and counting. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Rebecca. Thank you. Thank you. And Liv, thank you so much for the $1. You good?
I'm here. So why are you liberals so worried about Trump and his felonies? Seems like you guys are just dick riding him.
Why was he so worried about Hillary Clinton having an indictment for a felony?
He wasn't.
Really? You want to hear this?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Sorry, it's my video.
If she were to be allowed to run, to run.
Sorry.
Same situation. And condemning voting for someone like that.
She shouldn't be allowed to run. Okay, if she were to win this election, it would create an unprecedented constitutional crisis. In that situation, we could very well have a sitting president under felony indictment.
Or even possibly convicted.
And ultimately, a criminal trial.
That seems oddly familiar.
Would grind government to a halt. That will be impossible with Hillary Clinton.
And Donald Trump.
The prime suspect in a massive, far-reaching criminal investigation. Her current scandals and controversies will continue throughout her presidency and will make it virtually impossible for her to govern or lead our country.
Almost like Trump's proven sexual abuse.
Yeah, literally like Trump with all of his different charges where he said that his charges made it so that he couldn't even engage in basic presidential duties. Shonda, thank you so much for the $6.69. Thank you so much. I'm W Rays. And also, do you follow the older millennial?
I think so.
Yeah. Why? He said that it was completely okay to throw mentally disabled people off of a cliff.
I didn't hear that part, so I can't talk about it.
Thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Watch this right now. This is insane what older millennial says in this video.
To disabled people, that's like, throw them off a mountain. Throw them off a mountain.
Are you kidding me?
I'll play the clip again.
Older millennial after defy this, and we can like talk about it.
Go to town, play it. Yeah, so I guess we've got to reach. I'm perfectly fine with throwing mentally disabled people off a mountain. All right. Okay, well, I guess it was fine talking to you.
I think that's pretty self-explanatory. And sterilizing women after getting one elective. I really hope
that was straightforward.
You would advocate for throwing. What was it? It was mentally disabled people.
Yeah, I think people who are going to hold humanity back, we should eliminate them.
Can you define like hold humanity back?
Yeah, people who have met an IQ standard that they cannot support humanity or support a normal job, or are mentally disabled. What I mean by that is like you're incapable of taking care of yourself and you're a drain on humanity.
I want to.
And you still want to follow him? He also advocated for sterilizing women after one abortion.
And he came out and he apologized to certain people.
And you know, want to know something crazy? After that happened, he went and made videos that he deleted that I put in my video where he denied even saying it. He said that he was talking about abortion, right? And that it was some hypothetical he brought up. But then I showed the video specifically of him talking about veganism. So not only did he lie about it initially, but when he got backlash, he deleted the videos and then apologized for it, right? But he also, in the apology, didn't actually apologize. He said he only apologizes to people on his side, not the people he said it to. When he said that under his definition, it would have been justified to slaughter me, Chris, Dean, and Harry. He said that was justified under his view because he was defining mentally disabled as something different when he was using it in manners in which was consistent with the DSM's definition. He was specifically arguing that it meant willfully ignorant, which he said was applicable to me, Chris, Harry, and Dean, which then under his view was it was okay to throw us off a mountain. So he never apologized for that.
So what, I'm supposed to just unfollow him?
Yeah.
Oh.
And for the person said that I follow him on a burner, I don't.
Seems like you guys all hate far right and Trump, but you guys seem to follow him pretty
You
close.
heard what he said and you're still going to support him?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's literally insane.
He seems like he has a cool character, but I don't agree.
Really a cool character for saying it's okay to throw mentally disabled people off a mountain, saying it's okay to forcefully sterilize women after one abortion.
You guys are supporting Biden. He's supporting mass genocide. I don't want to hear this bullshit.
Wait, what are you talking about? You know something crazy about older millennial? He said it would have been completely justified to totally wipe Gaza off the map, to kill every Palestinian. That's what he said. Do you think that's justified?
No.
No, you don't think that's justified. He said that. He hasn't fucking apologized for that. He still stands behind that. One. Two, right, Donald Trump is more in support of Israel. He says that Joe Biden is not defending Israel, that he's abandoning them. Okay, so although I think it's bad what Joe Biden is doing related to supporting Netanyahu and supporting Israel, I think that's fucking terrible. Silent, thank you for the future. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Trump does it more. It's one or the other.
We just all need to get along, quit fucking fighting, bickering.
And does that happen with older millennial? Does that happen with you following a guy who called for ethnic cleansing of Palestinians, that called for ethnic cleansing, right, in genocide of Palestinians and also mentally disabled people, sterilization of women for getting one abortion? When is enough? You just say, oh, and you're still going to fucking still follow him?
I'll unfollow him to make you happy.
No, it's not about making me happy or not. It's about the fact that you, based upon your own moral values, wouldn't do it. You don't care enough. So nice virtue signaling. Because you don't give a shit about people. You don't care about humanity.
Oh, I don't?
No, if you're completely fucking okay with what older millennial did, you don't care about humanity. Point blank fucking period.
I said he
Thank
came
you for
out.
Boxtail. Thank you so much. This isn't a political issue. This is a humanity issue. Okay? You can be on the right. You can have your fucking opinions. But to say what he did is okay, or even fucking something that you can walk past, is unfucking believable. Unfucking believable. The fact that I have to sit up here and explain this to a fucking 50-year-old man is unfucking believable and tells you the state of this country.
Wait, who's 50?
I thought you were 50. 40?
I'm 27, homie.
My bad. 27. I thought you were 50. I was mixing you up with the last guest. 27. That's a pretty big difference. But still.
Well, it's 2 a.m. I gotta go. I'll unfollow him, I guess.
Okay. $100 says he doesn't do that. $100 says he still is going to vote for him. for Trump, and he's still gonna follow older millennial. Yo, Brian, thank you for the $10 on Cash App. Thank you so much. Yo, it's a pal to you. Hello? All right, let's get this next person up here. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. Did you have a Red Bull tonight? I did not. I did not. I don't even do Red Bulls. I can't do that much caffeine. It makes me feel sick. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
22.
And are you voting Trump?
Yep.
Why?
Because he's, I don't support a man who is taking away Christianity. And I know how people say like he's against abortion. That's not true.
You said Biden's taking
He
away
said it's
Christianity?
up to the states.
Did you say Biden was taking away Christianity?
Yep.
He's Catholic, dude. He goes to church more than Trump does.
I don't believe in Catholic.
Catholicism, you mean?
Yeah, Catholic is more like they're going towards Mary.
No, you just don't understand Catholicism. Okay? I'm not Catholic. I think it's an utterly incoherent view. Same thing with Protestantism and all of Christianity. But you just misunderstand intercessory prayer.
I don't know, because they've been trying to get rid of Christianity for years. Democrats have.
No, he's literally Catholic. He's Christian.
Well, Catholic, they don't even believe in God. They believe in Mary. So, Catholic ain't really like. If you ever do your research on Catholic, they're more on Mary. They're not on actual God.
If I do my research on Catholic, I'll realize they don't believe in God. Really? Are you fucking serious, dude? How old are you?
How
old are you? How old are you?
My stepdad's a preacher, so.
Hey, be quiet. Be quiet. How old are you?
22.
Okay. So you are wildly fucking wrong. Wildly fucking wrong. They believe in God just the same as you. It's literally they're just a different denomination. They're still Christian, by the way. They believe in an all-knowing, all-powerful, all-good being. Incoherent, just like your view. But for you to say they don't believe in God, they just believe in Mary, you do not fucking understand Catholicism at all. Right?
I mean, if they don't believe in Jesus, then they don't believe in God.
They do believe in Jesus.
Well, then why I'm
They believe
hearing
Jesus
totally
is their
different.
Lord and Savior. They believe in the Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
Because what it says in the Bible, and I'll even quote you from my stepdad, what he told me,
Or Holy Ghost.
is that he's a preacher, and he's been a preacher for at least 8 or 10 years, experience of the Bible. And it says in the Bible that that's basically what they believe in is Mary.
No, that's not what the Bible says. Do you even know what the catechism is? The Catholic Church?
I don't know. That's what I'm
You
hearing.
don't know shit about Catholicism. Can you name me the first 4 books of the New Testament?
Forward to that, I don't do like the New Testament. I'm more like a King James.
King James is a translation. Okay.
And Old Testament too. I like the Old Testament.
Old
better than
Testament
the
and New Testament. Oh my God. King
But
James
they're
is a
different.
translation of the Old and New Testament.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay. What are the 2 commandments that Jesus gives you in the New Testament? Oh. Wow, what a Christian. What a fucking Christian. That guy, that guy is upholding the faith, He's really upholding the faith, Chad. He's upholding that faith. Really strong basis to his Christian values. Really strong basis. What's up, how old are you? How old are you?
Hello?
How old are you?
Can you hear me?
How old are you?
I'm 21.
And what's your birth year?
03.
Okay, what month?
April.
Oh 03 April, you would be 19.
No, I'm 21 years old.
Or actually, no, you'd be 21. I'm fucking tripping. What the hell's wrong with me? Holy shit, my brain just went through a fucking meltdown. Holy
Yeah.
fuck, bro. Yeah, so why are you voting Trump?
I just I think he's a good president. He cares for America
I'm sorry, chat. I just had fetus math. I apologize.
and more than any president you would see nowadays. I mean, he genuinely cares for our country. It's simple as that. I mean,
He cares for. Can you name one policy he passed that benefit the middle class?
what?
Can you name one policy he passed that benefit the middle class?
Name one. No, I'm not.
How
No.
bad? So you don't know anything he did to benefit people?
He cares for our fucking country.
John Paul, thank you for the $12.50. You give me hope, fetus or not. Now get a job. Thank you so much, John Paul. Sorry, what were you saying, Clayton?
I mean, I don't. I just think that he cares for our country, like genuinely. Like he will. I mean, he's the best fucking person that would benefit our country. I mean, our
He
country's
cares about
gone,
our country? Can you give me any evidence of that?
our country's gone to shit, dude. Like,
Can you give me any evidence he cares about our country?
dude, yeah.
And that is?
I mean, he's been accused and been. I mean, he's fought his ass off for our country.
Can you name one thing he's done?
He's doing all this shit for America. Sorry, I'm drunk right now. I'm not gonna lie. But I just really support Donald Trump.
Dude, I could be blasted out of my mind and I
not-
would have a better response than this, Clayton. Holy
Yeah,
shit,
I know.
bro.
I'm not a big political guy. I just like really support.
You can't name
Donald
one
Trump.
thing he did, bro. Why are you gonna vote for him then? Even though he's a proven sexual abuser, would you still vote for a proven sexual abuser?
That's not true.
He's been held liable for sexual abuse unanimously by a jury. He has 34 felonies that he just got convicted of unanimously by a jury. He's been held liable for defamation and for fraud.
See, you don't.
He said
think
he would
that-
date a 10-year-old in 10 years. He said something he had in common with his daughter is sex. He justified him walking into changing rooms of girls in Miss Teen USA, right? Because he quote unquote owns the place. They're getting dressed.
So like I'm not
Push
like
the box and stuff. Thank
I'm
you.
not gonna like argue with you or anything because I'm not as knowledgeable as you are with like politics and stuff. But like, would you say that would you agree with me about do you think that like it's rigged and like do you think that
Is what rigged?
just like the political system in general, like
No.
do you think you don't really like I'm just being curious, man.
No, like I don't think it's in general rigged. Do I think that there are corporate influences in which hold politicians accountable less, promote bad policies? Yeah, I think those things are bad, and that corporate influence exists in our system, and that oftentimes is due to our lack of accountability in our democratic processes, which is made worse by Trump denying the election results and getting tens of millions of people to believe that the entire system's rigged without reason.
Yeah, I'm not trying to argue with you, honestly, man. I believe in what's right, really, and I just like, in my opinion, I really just think that I think that there's like an evil and a good side, and I just think that it's a lot of it is spiritual, in my opinion. You might not think that. That's just what I think. and I'm not
Spiritual? You
getting
have no
on-
reason to believe that.
Okay, well, I wasn't like asking you. I was just telling you what I think.
I know you. I know you believe that, but you have no reason to. That's the same thing as people believing that there's fucking
Yeah,
reptilians
well,
controlling the entire world by living underground.
yeah, well, I mean, I believe that we have a God that created us, and that's just what
Without
I believe.
reason.
What?
Without reason?
No, I mean, that's just what I think. I mean,
You just feel like it? Push the
no,
sunglasses. Thank
I
you.
have. I mean, I have a relationship with God, and
Really? What does he tell you?
I mean, He's helped me out through all
He helps you out. Why doesn't he help out the children who are starving?
through my whole life. He's
There's
helped me out.
3.6 million children that starve to death every year. Why doesn't he help them out? But he helps you out.
God isn't just like he's not. I think that you clearly don't like really understand God. Like he's not just like we're not gonna live in a perfect world. Like simple as that. Like we're not gonna live in a perfect.
Yeah, I'm
world.
not saying we're gonna live in a perfect world.
Yeah, like everything's not gonna be perfect.
I never said that. What's your point with this?
I'm not trying to argue with you. Like I'm just telling you what I think. I'm not asking you. I'm just
Okay,
telling
Clayton.
you.
You shouldn't vote for Trump. I mean,
What what is? Who are you voting for? I'm just curious.
Biden.
And why is that?
Because he's not a proven sexual abuser, proven fraudster, election denier. He didn't overturn Roe versus Wade to get multiple people to, or he didn't put multiple people in the Supreme Court to overturn Roe versus Wade, which restricted tens of millions of women's access to abortion. He didn't pass tax legislation that took money from poor people and gave to rich people. He didn't call for religious persecution, a complete and total shutdown of Muslims entering the country. Right? There's plenty of things.
He just has no power, man. Like we need somebody like Trump with power, and
Think of the Confetti. Thank you.
somebody that will like do good for our country. You clearly like have. If I were to guess, like you don't have family
John,
members
thank you for the
that
galaxy.
have
John, thank you.
that have lived like in like the 1900s that have told you, you know, like just how life used to be.
What?
I have old soul. I
What
have
are
an
you
old soul.
talking about? What do you mean I don't have? My entire family it was born in the 1900s. What are you talking about?
Our country is going.
I'm the only person in my family that was born in the 2000s.
I'm just saying that I think that our country is going to shit.
Katie, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. My grandpa that was born in the fucking
You don't think-
30s,
you don't think that our
right, is a
country going to
Democrat.
shit? You don't think that? Like, you don't think our country is going to shit?
Because
I'm-
of fucking you people.
What did we do? We just won't.
You're voting for a literal criminal, proven sexual abuser, fraudster, election
That would-
denier. Like, do I need to say it again?
That would do whatever it takes to save America and to do good for his country. That's all he wants.
What is he doing that's beneficial for us?
Fucking making it better. I mean, that's all
Doing
he
what,
wants to do.
Clayton?
What is Joe Biden doing? Like,
Clayton, you don't know a single thing Trump has done.
he just wants good. I mean,
He just wants. You don't even know what he wants.
he just wants cut America to fucking be how it used to be. I mean, I don't know
How
Like,
it used to be. How is that? Racist?
No.
Continually? Misogynistic?
I told you that. I don't know.
Slavery?
politics.
Jim Crow laws? Genocide of indigenous people? Like what? Women not having the right to vote? Like what are you talking about?
What is Joe Biden so good for? Like, why do you want to vote for him? I'm just asking. I'm not.
I've
arguing with
explained
you.
that like 6 times. You're not giving me an explanation. Thank you, Braden. I appreciate that $3.40. Thank you.
Again, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you what I think. I'm not a political person, really. I'm really not. Like
So then why do you have opinions?
Because I just think he is a good person. He just wants good
But
for
you have
America.
no reason to believe that. You should have reason to believe things.
Well, I believe in God, and I think that I think that Trump is a godly man, and
The guy who cheated on every single one of his wives, the guy who's a fraudster, the guy who said, "I grab women by the vagina. I don't even have to ask." Are you fucking kidding me? He was held liable for sexual abuse.
again, I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm also like
Christian the
listening to what
boxing glove. Thank you so much.
I'm listening to what you're saying.
He lies about the election, right? Dude, what fucking great Christian values this guy, shows,
Dude, again, I'm not trying to argue with you. Like, you don't have to be like fucking a dickhead. Like, I'm
How am I
listening.
being a dickhead?
I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm just telling you what I think. Like, I told you I'm not a political person.
Clayton, how am I being a dickhead? I'm just telling
I
you
don't-
need reason to believe things, and I'm giving you explanations for things that I believe.
Well, I just think that he's just the best for America. I mean,
But you have no reason to believe that.
Well, Joe Biden hadn't done shit, and
I've explained what Joe Biden's done.
whenever Trump was president,
The PACT Act, the CHIPS Act, the Inflation Reduction Act, Build Back Better, American Rescue Plan, $35 cap on insulin, student debt repayment.
Yeah, I get it. You're smart.
Infrastructure
as fuck.
bill.
I get it. You're smart as fuck. But like, whenever Trump was president,
This isn't about being smart. That's not smart for me just to say the bills.
I'm just saying, like, you're very intelligent and you remember your facts and stuff. Like, just because I can't spit that out of my brain like you can, like, America was simply like in the best state whenever Trump was president. Better than
You mean during COVID when there was 14.7% unemployment, the second most since the Great Depression?
Yeah, because that's what the Democrats did.
What, you think Democrats caused COVID?
Yes.
Can you give me any evidence of that?
What do you think caused COVID?
We don't fully understand whether or not it came from a zoonotic leak or it was a lab leak. Either one doesn't relate to the fucking Democrats. And also, the Democrats, right, created a global, worldwide conspiracy just to take down Donald Trump. Something where medical examiners, scientists, physicians all collaborated worldwide just to get the Democrats to win?
Yes.
Do you realize how fucking delusional it is? How fucking self-centered around the United States do you think
That's honestly like exactly
the world
what I'm
is?
saying. Like, I
That's
think
such bullshit.
that's just what I think.
Other colleges around the world, they're in cahoots with the fucking Democrats just to beat Trump.
I just think that they're trying to take over everything. The Democrats. I think it's like a wicked side, in my opinion.
So they're so competent that they can get internationally all these institutions to work together to steal the election from Trump.
Yeah.
But they can't effectively spend governmental policy
They
under
hate
your
Donald-
view?
They hate Donald Trump, yeah.
Or they do nothing when they get in office?
kinda
They're
what
so
I'm saying,
competent they can get the entire globe to work in a conspiracy to get Trump out of office, but they can't pass a single piece of legislation under your view?
Say that again?
You think they didn't pass any legislation, right?
I just think that they're working together. It's just like kind of wicked to me.
I'm Clayton. I'm
dude.
sorry, bro. Like, what prompted
it's
you to
fine,
like
it's
want to
fine,
join a
dude.
TikTok live?
No, it's fine, dude. It's fine. I get it. I sound ridiculous. I'm
No,
drunk right
Clayton.
now.
I don't want to like make you feel this way, but like, I just like I
know.
really like I don't know
dude.
what you
I
were
don't have
thinking,
any-
bro.
I don't have any knowledge. I don't have any knowledge with all this. Like, I shouldn't be. in
Did
a
someone like
TikTok
bet
live.
you? Were you like? Did
what?
someone prompt you to do this? Like, what was the
No.
reason?
No, not at all. No, I know I should not be in the TikTok live right now. I know. Yeah, you go ahead. Tell me how stupid I am or whatever.
I'm not trying to do that.
I'm having fun with it.
The only reason I would say that you're being stupid is because you're
Because
not
I'm
trying
voting
to
for
inform
Trump? Is that what
yourself.
you're gonna say?
You're not trying to inform yourself.
Yeah, I know. I told
You're
you I
being
wasn't.
willfully ignorant.
No, I told you I wasn't very knowledgeable about like politics and stuff. I'm really not. I'm not at all.
Okay. Well,
Dude, I work for a living. Like I work I work 7 days a week, bro.
so are you Eastern time?
Yeah.
So what are you doing up at 3 a.m. when you have work tomorrow?
I'm right now. I'm talking to you, and I have to work at. I have to be at work at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
And you're drunk?
Yeah.
That's rough, dude.
Gotta have a little fun in life, man. You know.
Gotta have a little fun. Woohoo!
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta work. I gotta work at 8 a.m.
You
Work
should probably
7 days a week
you
right
should get
now.
some sleep, Clayton.
Yeah. Yeah. I plan on it soon. But
Yeah, you need sleep, bro.
yeah. Yeah. I'll get sleep a little bit.
You do that right now.
I'm about to. Where are you from?
California.
California. That makes
So
sense.
it's only 12 o'clock for me.
All right. All right, man. Again, I wasn't trying to argue with you or anything.
Okay. Okay.
All
right. Go to sleep.
Good to talk to you, man.
Good seeing you.
All
All right,
right.
everyone. We'll be on tomorrow. Y'all already know the deal, everyone. I appreciate everyone coming through. Y'all are fucking incredible. Y'all are great as fuck. Love every single one of you. It is a late night, really late night. I'm not really on this late typically. But I was on like for fucking so long today. So long. Follow me here if you haven't already. I'm going to be on this account until what is it? I'm going to be on this account until the 7th. So another like 4 days. So if you want to support me as always, Venmo, Cash App in the bio. Follow me here if you haven't already. I'll see y'all everyone tomorrow. Peace out, everyone. Love y'all so much. Bye-bye, y'all.